people out of the burning home. Courtney Griffin live near 12th Street in Missouri. Courtney.
Good morning, Ron. Yeah, firefighters still here kind of cleaning up, trying to figure out exactly what caused this home to catch fire early this morning around 5 o'clock. So 4 people were inside the home at the time of the fire. 2 people were out, and then the other 2 were stuck in there, and they were taken to the hospital. They're in critical condition right now. I was just told that they have second-degree burns on them. And so what happened here? It could have been a lot worse if it wasn't for some quick-thinking neighbors. So the story is, I talked to the guy who said he was first here on scene, and he says that he saw smoke coming from this house. He drove up here, and he noticed that there was 2 people outside the home. They were saying that 2 other people were inside the home.
A DirecTV cable guy is driving by. He too stops to try and
Was they ended up breaking down the door, used some tools, and dragged the other 2 people out. I'm told it's a male and female in their 40s and 50s, and that's when firefighters got on scene. They took the 2 people to the hospital, again in critical condition, and then they focused on the fire, put it out within about a half hour, had to get on top of the roof to help put it out. The roof in the back did collapse, so it does look like
dragging this out for months when we were told these emails would be turned over this summer.
The dog and cat unfortunately passed away in the fire. The turtle seems to be okay. So we're out here trying to find out exactly, and of course, we are going to, here's what the guy said.
We kicked the door in, but we couldn't move it because they were in the way. Their bodies were completely in the way. We kicked the glass out because then the oxygen got in there. The jogger turned on the hose. It was just a little trickle, but it was something because it was really hot. I mean, door was steaming. And the cable guy was down the street. We're yelling back and forth. I don't even remember what we were saying. And he comes out with this big crowbar because taking the door off the hinges is not easy when there's 6 or 8 screws in there. So he popped the top one, popped the bottom one, and then he backed out and we grabbed the arms and just pulled out. It was that simple. But without that tool, it would have been a whole different outcome, man.
Okay, so there again is the guy who was first here on scene. He saw the smoke, called 911. He, the jogger, and the cable guy really made a difference today. So again, we are out here. Firefighters are cleaning up, figuring out exactly what caused the fire. The other 2 women are getting taken care of right now. American Red Cross is probably stepping up, but we have not seen them here on scene yet. And of course, we are going to continue to update you on any details about the 2 that were taken to the hospital in critical condition. Back to you.
All right, Courtney, thanks. Now another news alert to tell you about. This one down near Casa Grande, a Pinal County Sheriff's deputy SUV involved in a bad crash on the I-10 freeway. And this morning we're learning one person had to be airlifted to the hospital. Sky Fox flying over the scene. This happened on those westbound lanes. So westbound is the same on the 10 as northbound as you head up eventually toward the valley. On the 10 near
information on this crossing as we speak. It happened at a crowded intersection as people were leaving work for the day. There are
airport at 38th Street and Polk. Want to show you some video from overnight when this all happened. At first,
but that vehicle somehow.
Questions this morning. How will prosecutors try all 170 people in custody? And will they pursue the death penalty? George?
Investigado por fiscales estadounidenses.
Propia en la que escribe exclusivamente. Él comenzó diciendo, hola Twitter, soy Barack.
And when officers arrived, the man who police say was
knife. Pretty big police presence in this neighborhood around 40th Street in Van Buren. 10:30 last night, cops get this 911 call from the guy's family saying he had a knife, a butter knife.
The torso, that man was transported to a local hospital where he underwent
things, hurting himself. When cops got there, they pulled out their tasers first.
At least one officer deployed a taser, which didn't appear to have an effect on the subject, and one officer discharged one round at the subject, stopping his flight from the home.
near the I-17 and Bethany Home Road. And right now, police still don't have a lot to go on. Witnesses say they heard gunshots. They saw a group of people running from the scene. A funeral is set for this morning. About them anonymously as well. The Maricopa
between 10 and 11 o'clock.
Residents following a murder there. Deputies say it was a boyfriend who stabbed his girlfriend to death outside of a home last week. The suspect then took off. The crime has really shaken up the town, which typically the meeting will be at the town hall near Ocotillo and Ellsworth on Thursday night at 6:30.
Well, the Tempe with that same driver just a few minutes before